Good evening, everybody out there in Chester County and on my Facebook page. I'm telling you tonight, I got me somebody special that's going to be on City Town Talk. Now, you know, this is Brother Fonz, your host on City Town Talk, and it is a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Now, I'm so excited. I'm going to try and slow down and catch my breath so you can understand the words that's coming out of my mouth. Now, I got a gentleman on here. He's smiling. I don't know if y'all can see him. He all teeth, too. He got about 32, 33 of them. He's so happy, and I'm happy that he's happy. But look, all of y'all know the drill, right? Before I get into my diatribe and I introduce this gentleman, I need y'all to get on my page, get on this page, and Elaine Langus accepted your friend request. Okay, Elaine, get on here. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to try and pull this video up so we can, oh, you're already on. They already got you. Vanessa Barron, it is so good to see you, Vanessa. Vanessa, we got a gentleman here who is the president and CEO of Prosper-Bank, AKA used to be Coatesville Savings Bank. He looks like he's got some extra money in case you want to open up another business or something. So you stay tuned because we're going to find out who this gentleman is, Vanessa. It is good to see you. Now I got to do it over here too. Let me see. Bam. Man, I am so excited. Okay, we got you rolling on both of these apparatuses. Now look. I keep hearing my mouth. Now look. Y'all know I got to give y'all some announcements before we get started. So look, let's see. What's the day? Thursday. What kind of announcements? Tabernacle Baptist Church, food distribution tomorrow. Get down there. I'm going to say around 12 o'clock. But if I'm wrong, somebody correct me. My cousin just tuned in. Alberta Newswan. Good to see you this evening. Kim Watson, how you doing? Hey, Kim, look. We're going to introduce you to this new president and CEO of Coatesville Savings Bank. Now, you know I love that bank, right? Brian Maxwell, Crying Brian, it is good to see you. We got a special guest today. I'm going to try and say his name right. And if I don't, charge it to my head, not to my heart. But we have none other than Mr. Janak-Amin today. Now, I'm going to read his bio and everything. But let me see. Okay, wait a minute. We talked about the food distribution giveaway. All of you people within the sound of my voice, you know Miss Carrie Villa Hunt, Women Destined for Change, and Movement Community Development Corporation. We are collecting turkeys to give away on November the 19th. The goal is 200 turkeys, and we want y'all to stop playing. Don't be a turkey, but donate one. We need you to bring it down to 5th and Lincoln Highway to the funeral home, November the 19th by 12 o'clock, and it's got to be 15 pounds and larger. Don't come in here with no 8-pound turkey looking like it's a big chicken. Bring in a turkey, because we're going to bless some families. Now, we're looking for 200. I think we're somewhere around 140 or something like that. So y'all get them turkeys and inbox me. And hey, there's Barbara Lowe from the library. Hey, Barb. So y'all just inbox me, and we'll find out, you know, when we're going to collect it and whatever we can do and whatever we can do. So now, I'm going to read Mr. I'm going to call y'all mean because I really feel like I'm saying your name wrong. No, I'm going to keep saying Janak because I like the way that sounds. First, I'm going to read his bio. I'm telling you, when I read his bio, I started feeling smart. I'm telling you, like, did he really do all this? He's got more degrees than a thermometer. But that's besides the point. We're going to read a little something because he's getting real shy now. Okay, Mr. Amin is a CEO and president. He leads the team at Prosper Bank with values-driven principles that he has cultivated throughout two decades of executive leadership experience in the banking industry in Pennsylvania and Florida. But wait, there's more. He is a graduate of the Wharton School at, not just the regular Wharton School management program, but the advanced, John. Okay, so hey, let's get this in there. A graduate of the Wharton School Advanced Management Program. Janak received the MBA from Penn State University and bachelor's in accounting, business management, and economics from the University of Liverpool. Is that Liverpool, England?
You got it.
You know, you special. Man, we got a worldwide traveler down here on 2nd and Lincoln Highway. Wait, there's more. Okay, Liverpool. Janak has served on the boards of Holy Spirit Hospital, Harrisburg Symphony, Susquehanna Art Museum, Leukemia and Lymphoma Society of Central PA, and as board chairman of the Hindu American Religious Institute. He resides in Exton with his wife. Is that Alka?
Yes.
Man, I got lucky. and their two daughters. Ladies and gentlemen, now I'm presenting to you and introducing to others this gentleman right here. First of all, how you doing today?
I am doing very well. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right, now tell the truth. Was it like free money today, or did you actually do some work at work?
I did some work.
Okay, all right, we just checking. Now, I'm gonna ask some of your employees offline. Did he do anything? Huh? All right, now where are we? I read his bio. Now, let me ask you a question. Where were you born and raised?
Interesting. So my parents are of Indian descent, so from a state in India called Gujarat. And for your viewers, they probably won't guess where I was born. I was born in Africa.
No.
I was born in Tanzania, Dar es Salaam. My older brother was born in Kenya. My middle brother and myself were both born in Dar es Salaam.
Okay, all right. So now, all right. So you come from Tanzania. Everybody came from somewhere. How you get here? Where my ink pen? Why you talking? Let me find an ink pen. How you get here?
So from Tanzania, we went to Lusaka, Zambia. And from Zambia in 1972, my parents moved to England. So I did my school in England and went to university there. And then I was working in the city of London. And then, in our tradition, the Indian Hindu tradition, when you graduate, there's a whole network that starts. Here's a boy, here's a girl, and there's an introduction going on. And so I was introduced to my wife. I was home one day and my dad comes and gives me this resume. And I look at it, I said, Dad, the girl's from America. I have no interest. And I threw it in the bin. And then a month later, I got a phone call. My wife then, or now, right? We spoke and we lasted like 30 seconds on the phone. I said to her, what are you doing? She goes, I'm at Penn State. She goes, what are you doing? I said, I work in the city. And that was it. And she came over Easter break. We met. We liked each other, and that's how I ended up in America.
Okay, wait. Let me see how Latifah Towles is on the set, and Jennifer Rosado. I'm gonna tell you about Latifah. She's about one of the best things that ever happened to that bank, man. We love her to death. But that's besides the point. Let's talk about you and your wife. Now, was it like kind of like arranged or something? Because you said
you're arranged. We both had the right to say no. Right? She tells me she's lucky she said yes to me. But we both have the right to say no. It's arranged because your families are arranged, your backgrounds are arranged, all those kind of things. So people know each other, and they did a lot of background on my family, and then people who we know did a lot of background on her family.
That's good. Now that's the difference in the culture, because you try and arrange something here in the neighborhood, man, you're gonna have some problems. You're just getting ready to be something. Don't you tell me who to like. Oh, Jamoka Harkins, it's good to see you. Doreen Broadus, she used to work at Coastal Savings Bank. I don't know if you still do.
She does.
She does. Yeah. Now, Doreen, go ahead and type in where you're working at, Doreen. She's fantastic. Yeah, down there in the hood too, man. I miss her. That is so fascinating, man. That's what makes the world goes around. Different cultures and all that stuff. All right, now. All right, you're in high school. Where'd you say you went to high school at?
High school in England.
All right, so when you was in high school, what did you really want to be? Did you want to be this who you are right now, or did you want to be something else?
No, I wanted to be an airline pilot.
What happened?
It was interesting. I went to high school, and then I joined the police force on a part-time basis, so as a part-time police officer in England.
What?
And my experience through there, I'll be honest with you, it wasn't as great, and that forced me to go to university. And that's when I changed my whole mindset as to what I want to do and went into banking.
All right, just between me and you, did you knock anybody in the head when you was a policeman?
I did, and they knocked me in the head.
I ain't gonna tell nobody, did you?
They knocked me in the head.
Brutality or something, what?
No.
All right, okay. Woo, boy, he's something. Man, I didn't see that coming. Dang, that's all right. He was an officer of the law. Doreen says she's at Oxford, or it just said a joke about you have more degrees than a thermometer. We won't use that again. We already know you live in Exton because you must have a little money on the side, right? That's a high rent district. I know what you're talking about. He lives in Exton. Who do I have on this show? Nelson Ojeda. It is good to see you, sir. We have the president and CEO of Prosper-Bank. And in honor of his presence, you see the backdrop I got on here, right? Or what won't I do? Okay. Now, what brought you to Exton? right here.
So it's interesting. I was working for a family-owned wealth management company, and I joined them as a CEO in March of 2018, and they manage $1 billion in assets. So I joined them. Great family. Dad founded the company. The daughter and son worked there. Son-in-law. It's a great company, great people. But what happened 6 months into it, I basically got done what I wanted to get done in the company, what they wanted, and I wasn't utilizing myself 100% every day. So I went to the family and I said, look, hey, there must be something else I can do because I'm not 100% productive every day. And I feel guilty because you're paying me good money and I'm probably working 20, 30% of the time. So they said, no, carry on doing what you're doing, that kind of stuff. So then I went to, Wharton, and that's when Joe Carroll and I connected. We connected through a phone call, and I spoke to Joe, met the board at Coatesville, and spoke for a good 5 weeks with Joe. And then I turned him down. And I remember where I was on a road called Haggy Lane. I called Joe up in the evening at 5:30 and I said, Joe, I can't do this. And the reason was I just felt guilty for the family I was leaving, because they're great people. So then fast forward 10 days later, I come home one day from work and I'm sitting there and my wife said, are you making a difference? Right? You know how spouses or significant others
wow,
smack you in the head, right? They smack you and then you fall down and you get up, and I'm like, I'm not making a difference. Right? And she goes, what do you want to do for the next 10 years? And she said, I saw Mike Pence, he went to Coatesville, saved the helicopter plan. Why don't you make a difference? Why don't you go to Coatesville? I said, I said to my wife, Alka, I said, look, you've been in Harrisburg since the age of 5. You're going to have to leave your parents, all that kind of stuff. She goes, that's fine. And I said, look, it's a pay cut as well. So this is not what you think, it's all this transition. And she goes, no, do it. She goes, if you can make a difference in other people's lives, do it. That's what brought me to Coatesville.
Man, that almost got chills going up and down my arms. Make a brother want to tear up a little bit, man, because that is an excellent question, man, because at the end of the day, no matter how much you have, earn, make, or whatever, are you making a difference? That's beautiful. And that knocked you right upside your head too, didn't it?
Yeah, she did. Because to me, purpose is everything. Why do you come to work every day? You got to have a purpose in life, right? Mark Twain said the 2 most important days in your life are the day you're born and the day you find your purpose.
Man, I just had that on my Facebook page the other day, man. Stop reading my page. You said you didn't have Facebook. Hey, wait a minute. Let's take a time out and say good evening to Kendra Wilson. Hey, Kendra, I haven't been called a gentleman all my life, but I know you're showing off because your boss is up here. So good evening to you as well. Kendra said hi there, Mr. Janak. say hi to Kendra.
Hi, Kendra.
There you go. Steve T. Wilson, is good to see you. And Daria Turner, DT is on the set. Thank y'all for tuning in. I got a dynamite gentleman. He's saying some real good stuff because we ain't even talking about the bank yet. He's talking about some of that internal, deep, that kind of stuff that we be talking. Now, are you making a difference? Each one of us need to wake up in the morning and say, are you making a difference? And what's your purpose? I know I do. That's why I stay busy all the time. Probably too busy. Omega Nixon, good to see you this evening. Okay, let's talk about, what is it about this community that you like? Or do you like it? Do you like Coatesville? What do you see?
It's interesting. I like taking a walk every day, and I'll walk up and down the streets, right? I'll go in the alleys and all those kind of things. And I think this is a hidden gem. I really believe, because I hear the story 60 years ago, the town was amazing, right? The city was amazing. And I think it's a hidden gem. And I believe in 5, 10 years, 15 years, we can turn this into a beautiful city. Not saying it isn't beautiful right now. Economically, we can turn it.
Oh, yes, definitely. Now you took the place of there was a president before you here, right?
Yes.
Okay, just between me and you, we don't want nobody else to know. What they do, fire him?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. I know if you knew, you'd tell me. All right, but anyway, let's move on. Let's talk about Prosper. Now, I had the wrong impression. I'm glad you said some of the things that you said. Ellen says she appreciates your fascinating background. Me too, Ellen, because now this is like real deep. But check this out. What's I going to ask you? I'm going to ask you something. All right, I had the wrong impression when I seen Prosper. I said, man, somebody came in and brought Coatesville Savings Bank. Then I started worrying about the employees. I started worrying about Latifah and them. I'm like, y'all still have a job and all this stuff. But in your bio, you said you didn't. So we're going to get into that. So you state that Prosper is serving a wider community. No, let's ask me, what prompted the name change first? What prompted y'all to change the name to Prosper?
So what prompted the name change was, and I'm glad you asked me, and I'm glad you gave us the opportunity to talk to you, because we haven't gone to the press yet with the official name change, right? We changed the signs outside the branch. So this is a great opportunity for us to talk to our customers and our neighbors in Coatesville. What prompted the name change is that, with time, things do change, and we wanted to introduce new products, new services. The one thing that we did was in our leadership model, which I'm just going to kind of hold up here a little bit, our leadership model, you'll see our purpose, right? And this purpose, last year, we got 50% of our employees together. And purpose is big for me. Once again, as I told you, right? Why do you come to work, right? We spent 2 days on this, and then 2 days together. And then over 2 months, we came up with our purpose statement. It wasn't management. It was the employees coming up with the purpose statement. The employees actually did it. And, our purpose is we'll strive to be the most loved bank that allows our families, customers, and communities to prosper, right? Allows, we want to be the most loved bank that allows our families. We didn't say employees. Our families, when we come to work, we have 41 employees, but we're responsible for roughly 120 lives every day. Decisions we make impact 120 lives. We're responsible for our customers as well. And then if we get the families right, we get the customers right, we make money, we can take care of our communities.
Coatesville Savings Bank, I'm going to call you Prosper because I want everybody to get used to hearing that name. Prosper-Bank has been a boon to our nonprofit and to the community at large, man. And it's because it's like the only city bank, I think we all should just buy into it, because the more we buy into it, the more you can reach out and help the community around you, man. I mean, I just did. I wouldn't go to no other bank. I've been with y'all about 30 years. Since I came to Coatesville, I've been about 30 years. Okay, now you say Prosper is serving a wider community and you are growing. So what does that mean in regards to?
So, if you take Coatesville, we're not only in Coatesville, we're in Lancaster County as well. We're in New Holland, we're in Christiana, we're in Oxford, and we're opening an office in Hershey as well. So we're serving a wider community. So we still have the same great people serving you. We're still locally managed. We're still a local board. It's just that we have a wider reach now. And one of the things that, Fonz, I wanted to mention this is, and I'm not sure if you're going to ask me the question, but I want to mention this is, when I look at the headquarters, we're here in Coatesville, right? Since I joined in September of 2019, we have added 8 new jobs in that building. We have added
in Coatesville?
In Coatesville, we've added to the tax base, the city tax base, right? After I joined, I got phone calls to move our headquarters to Lancaster, move our headquarters to Exton. And after the pandemic, right, you got all these office spaces that are now empty, right? So people are like, hey, come here, we'll give you cheap rent, we'll give you this, all that. So I'm thinking about it now. I say to a management team, it's kind of appealing, but what's the tougher thing to do? Tougher thing is to stay here and make it work.
Yeah.
Right? Easy thing is to leave. We leave an empty building. Who cares? You got to care, right? Because what you're going to leave behind is a void. You create another empty building, right? You take away how many jobs from the community, and that's the last thing Coatesville needs. So we are actually pretty close to actually moving our headquarters, probably no more than, I think, 1,000 feet away, and we invest big time into Coatesville, into a new building. So we're pretty close to getting that done.
Let's talk about that. Let's stay there for a second. First of all, good evening, Sister Ava. Bring in Arizona and tell your husband I said stop playing. Nelson Ojeda said I would love to meet you. If one of your I'm not going to say employees, there's somebody that would like to meet you, how would they go about meeting you? One of your viewers or community members?
Just come in the office. I'm in the branch. My doors are always open. You can walk in. If I'm Nelson, there, just come in.
So Nelson, I met this gentleman in the bank with a mask on. Now you know how people feel about a black man with a mask on in a bank, right? But he didn't shirk or he didn't get shy. We had a conversation. This is how we arranged him being on City Town Talk. That's why I dig this young fella. Sonora Ragsdale Brown, one of my favorite people out there who's always fighting for the cause, is watching. I want to thank you for tuning in. We got a dynamite young man here. And he's going to be a boon, and his bank's going to be a boon to our community. Okay, what does your bank expect to accomplish with the renaming? Was there some sort of study on what the word prosper would do to the person that listens to it? Or what went into changing that name?
It was done with our employees. We didn't hire a marketing company, nothing. We did it internally with our employees.
Get out of here.
Yeah, simple. I mean, you try to make it too complicated, it doesn't work. Keep it simple, and we kept it simple. We asked our employees, and that's how we came up with the name.
See, that's what I'm talking about. See, I can agree with that, because there is an old adage, or old cliche, or whatever you call it, and it is the KISS principle, KISS, and I'm sure most of y'all know it, but if you don't, we're getting ready to repeat it. It says, keep it simple, stupid. And that's what they did. And look, prosper makes me feel like something's getting ready to happen.
Right.
Like my little $10 in the bank is getting ready to be $11. I'm like, boy, y'all got to do something about the rates. So I'm telling you, we got to talk. Okay. All right. What is the philosophy and the mission of Prosper?
The philosophy is, and once again, I'll hold this up, our leadership book. Purpose is everything to me, right? And I showed you our purpose statement, which is we'll strive to be the most loved bank that allows our families, customers, and communities to prosper, right? And underneath, you'll see our values. And this book is, I forget how many pages it is, right? 7, 8 pages. It has our principles in there. It has competencies of a leader, how each one of our leaders, and we look at all our employees as leaders, right? How our leaders lead themselves, how they lead others, how they lead the company. So there are all these things in here. Every week at my staff meeting, we have a set agenda for the rest of the year. One of these items is picked, right? It's already pre-picked. I spend 15, 20 minutes at my staff meeting talking about it. So one of them is collaborate. How do you collaborate with employees, key stakeholders, and encourage ownership? Another one is grace. How do you allow a safe environment to make mistakes and learning to promote innovation? And we talk 15, 20 minutes about this. Every staff meeting that week, they talk about the same one. Every employee talks about the same one. And that's our culture, right? And there is no compromise on this. To me, there is no compromise on our culture. This is our North Star. Our mission is our North Star. And I'll give you, if you don't mind, I'll give you a great example of our purpose, our North Star. When we're doing these products and services, one of the things, we shop the competition, and we looked at the products and services, and we look at the fee schedule, and everybody's charging for a paper statement. So I said, charge a paper statement. What's the big deal, right? And we were in a group, there were like 8, 9 of us, and one of the employees spoke up, associates, and said, hey, hang on a minute, Janak, that doesn't go with our purpose statement. How are we creating most loved bank? Right, you're going to charge for the paper statements, that's right? I said, you're absolutely right. So we decided, you can get your statements electronically through the mail, or you can get them both ways, no paper statements. Doesn't matter, right? And that's our philosophy, is you've got to continue to keep that North Star up there and say, okay, how should we be conducting business? And if we do it the right way, we'll grow.
That's good. I want to keep this train of thought. We have Justin Brown. He just checked in, and Justin Brown will be on City Town Talk. I think you're on in 2 weeks, Justin Brown. I'm excited. Can't wait to get you on this show, and we can share some stuff with our viewers. But now, this is something you didn't know. I surveyed your employees about you. Okay. Yeah. When you wasn't around, I'm like, how is it? To the T, they say you all that. And they didn't pay me to just say that, but they all said that you're good people. And evidently you are, because from what I'm hearing, the purpose statement, what you just said about the paper statement, because some banks are so cold and calculating and callous that they try to eke every penny out of it. And you know the community you're in, you know what people need, and you don't have to get every dime that you can get out of a person. You got to give some love. And, you know, once you get some love, you can get some love. You know what I mean? That goes a long way. That's why I'm glad you said what you said, because I've got a whole lot of statements I'm gonna need to get tomorrow. And let's see what else. Why should anybody, out of all the places that we can go bank, come to your bank and open up an account?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think you need to bank where you're comfortable and you know the people, you're comfortable. That I would say there's a couple of reasons why come to us, right? We're the only locally headquartered bank in the city of Coatesville. Everybody has pulled out. We're the only one. And I talk to people who used to work at Lucan's Mill. They don't live in Coatesville, but they live other areas, and their heart is still in Coatesville, right? And I'm like, where do you bank? Not in Coatesville. So if you want to see Coatesville prosper, we have businesses which are no more than 500 feet from us or a mile away from us. They don't bank with us. Why?
That's stupid.
If you want to see Coatesville grow, you got to support the local businesses, right? And it's really important that you know, I get my car fixed not at a Volvo dealership in Exton. I take it up the road in Coatesville.
Yeah.
Right?
Hey, there's a lesson there.
Give it back to the local community. The other thing is our purpose, which I went through, right? And on that one, you know, why us? Because I truly believe we will create a competitive advantage with our employees, with our associates. We are investing heavily in the skill sets of our associates. I want them to be better every day at what they do, because if they get better day by day in what they do, the customer experience will increase. Customer experiences increases, we'll get greater share of the wallet, we'll make more money, we can apply back into communities. Right? That's how I think we can do it. You know, and you know, if I can just give a quick example of this, you know, one of the things I talked about was our principles: high care, high accountability. And high care is one of these things where when I came to the bank, I looked at our healthcare program and I said, you know, let's look at our healthcare program. And if you take our employees, 90% of our employees are ladies. In our branch system, it's 98%. We're a Philadelphia-based healthcare provider, nothing wrong with that. But it didn't provide coverage to folks in Lancaster, and the ladies didn't have a doctor of their choice. Right? It was a problem. So I went back to the broker. I said, hey, look, help us fix this. They came back with the same thing. I said, okay, forget it. So I went somewhere else, got a better coverage program nationwide. We were able to reduce our cost. The company was, and I say to the broker, I don't want the company to reduce their cost, reduce their employees' cost. We brought the employees' cost down by 30%.
That's good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff.
And
Tina Madsen is watching. And we talked about some job opportunities earlier. A friend of mine applied for a job there, but they never got no answer back. So when people apply for you and they don't get the job, do y'all give the courtesy of letting them know you didn't get the job? Maybe I did this or did something like that.
Yeah, and you know what we were, Fonz, what we were struggling with, I'll be honest with you, I'm trying to remember, 7 months, we didn't have an HR manager. And that's what we're struggling with, because we lost that person. Okay. And we tried to recruit somebody and it just didn't work out. We finally got a really bright young lady who's joined us. So we will definitely improve on that. And I apologize to her.
Good. Yeah, good. Because she was a good person. She's a part of my life and all that kind of stuff. She was just one. She kind of felt hurt. She said, I didn't get that. He didn't say I didn't get it. Anyway, so that's your answer. Now, what else I got out here? Why should we open? He answered that rather. What does Prosper offer individuals and businesses? What y'all got going?
So individuals, what we did was when we surveyed our competition, we looked at, you know, what can we offer an individual? And to me, banking, you got to keep it simple, like we just talked about, right? We've got 3 checking accounts, simple checking accounts: Prosper Free, Prosper Rewards, and Prosper Life. And I challenge anybody to find this, because they won't find it. In our Prosper Rewards check-in, you got to maintain a minimum balance of $500, right? But you get free ATMs worldwide. You can go to Aruba, use their Mac machine 10 times, we won't charge you. We give you free identity theft, right? And give you free 1 domestic wire a month. On a free checking account, where you don't have to maintain any balance, I mean, you got to maintain 0 at least. You can't go negative, right? You get free order of checks, plus you get $15 a month refunds on ATMs. Right?
Wow.
No other bank's doing this. So for individuals, we've got a great program. For businesses, we tailor it to their needs. We've got non-profit accounts, we've got business accounts, we pay interest on our accounts as well. So, we have a lot to offer, and they're the new services that we introduced recently.
Okay. Hey, we got a question from one of our viewers. Mr. Nelson wants to know, what is the difference between you and Citadel? Is there any difference?
Yeah, a couple of differences. Citadel is a credit union. We're not a credit union, so we, right or wrong, we pay taxes. Credit unions don't pay taxes. So that's the main difference between banks and credit unions.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, we have to pay federal taxes that, pay for everything. Credit unions don't pay any federal tax.
Wow, amazing, amazing, amazing. All right, now, do you have any suggestions in regards to financial health or anything like that that'll help our customers in regards to saving and things of that nature? What should they invest their money in?
So I'll answer it two ways. I want to answer it this way first. One of our values is education. And we have that we educate our associates and customers on financial prosperity.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things, Fonz, I did was I love this saying. It kind of contradicts banking because banks make money by making loans.
Mm-hmm.
I love this saying. It's in the Bible, Proverb 22:7. Don't be slave to the lender.
Mm.
It comes on the rich and poor. Don't be slave to a lender. So what we did was we were a young man, techie. He's from South Korea, very smart young man. And I went to him and I gave him a book and I said, look, I want to introduce this program in the bank. Can you help me develop it? And he developed the whole program. Great kid. And we took one of our employees and we said to one of our employees, our associates, say, do you mind going through this program? And she goes, no. And what the program is basically, it's about what is your balance sheet? What is your net worth, right? What is your debt? Do you have any savings set up? All these kind of things. And where do you want to see yourself in 5-10 years financially? And she was worried week by week, living paycheck to paycheck. So we took her through this program. We helped her establish a emergency fund. She paid off $18,000 in credit card debt in 6 months. Right? We limited her credit card debt. We went through all the money she was spending. She was spending $200 a year on lollipops and all other stuff. She cut all that out.
Yeah.
She cut all that out. She saved money to buy a house. Right? And the whole thing there is we want to change not only her life, her family's life, so her kids have a better life. Right? So we did that. We're now going to invite 6 of our associates to go through another program for the next 6 months. And I'm going to do one-on-one coaching with probably 2 of them. Techie's going to do it with a bright girl called Jennifer. She's going to do it, and another bright young kid called Ferris. He actually joined us from Baghdad, believe it or not.
Okay.
Very smart kid. So he's joined us, and we're going to have our associates go through that. Once we go through that, we'll learn more, and then we're going to open it up to customers. And we're going to help customers go through the program as well.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Let's take a second to say good evening to my man, Reggie Wilkerson. Reg, he's going to teach us how to hold on to more of our money. Mina Badros, how are you, sir? Man, I miss you guys up in Coatesville, man, and you know that. Dang, you're down there, Luli, she's gone. Everybody's gone from Coatesville Youth Initiative. But anyway, man, this is some good stuff. Is there anything new in the banking industry or anything you'd like to share with us?
Yeah, I think one of the things in banking, and especially now, I think people have to be careful with emails and cyber attacks. So basically, if you're getting emails, be careful you don't click on anything. Make sure you reconcile your bank statements every month, your credit cards, all those kind of things. There's more and more people using electronic methods to get to people and get to their accounts. So just be careful with emails that you don't click on anything that you think is, you may get something from a bank saying, it's urgent. You look at this and you click on this. Don't do it. Call the bank instead.
Yeah. They be phishing. They're doing that thing called phishing.
Phishing, that's right.
With a P, P-H-I-S-I-N-G. They're trying to get up in my bank account. I know you were talking about identity theft earlier. That's one thing I don't have to worry about. If they steal my identity, they going to jail. I'll tell you, I owe everybody. They'll get my identity right back. Tell my Fonz, here you go. You can have your name back. James Depp, it is good to see you. Okay, Mary Kyle said, do you do construction loans that convert to mortgages?
We do. We do a lot of construction loans that convert to mortgages. Absolutely.
Well, let's talk about that for a second. She sounds like she want to know something about that.
Yeah, so if she comes in, we can help her through that. So what we do is we do from start to finish. So we'll set up the construction loan, and as the house is built, we do draws. And so as they build the house, the money's released to the home builder, the builder. We do inspections to make sure our customer is protected as well. And then after construction is completed, then it flips into a permanent mortgage.
Hey, Mary, I'm telling you, I feel smarter already. I feel smarter already. Hey, if I didn't say good evening to you, James Depp, I'm saying it again. Bam. Now, Nelson wants to know, why don't credit unions have to pay taxes?
It's the way credit unions are set up, right? The credit unions were originally set up, if you recall, they're set up for membership. So it's an iron workers credit union, right? Still, all those, so they were set up for a specific purpose. Unfortunately, they've grown to an extent now where anybody can join a credit union.
Okay, good stuff. Now, I think I heard you talk a little bit earlier about you think that you may want to move the bank. Now, where are we talking about moving, and what do you see in the next 5 or 10 years?
So moving our headquarters, I'm talking about moving literally no more than probably 1,000 yards.
And that would be where?
You can guess, right?
Yeah, sure I can. But I think the people that's listening, if you can share it, I think they would like to hear. But if not,
so we're pretty close to getting an agreement done. We'd like to move on the corner of First Avenue, where you've seen that space, being empty for a while. So our goal is to take 8,000 square feet there. We'll move our branch there. We'll move our headquarters there. And I think that will be the catalyst and the start of, downtown redevelopment.
That's what I'm talking about. You're putting your money where the mouth is. You're putting your pedal to the metal. I like that. Me and you're going to be like real close friends soon. I would ask you for a job, but I'm 70 years old. I'm too old to work. All right, now let me see what else. So what has changed over the years, and what do you think is still the same over these years? 100 years in business. Come on.
Yeah, what's changed is technology, right? And you've seen it with the pandemic, right? Technology has changed. Like you said, you're using Zoom now, right? So technology has changed tremendously. I think what's changed is still the same in banking. It's relationships. It's knowing the people coming in, seeing the same faces. That still has remained the same. It's got to remain the same. But technology certainly has changed. We're going to introduce instant issue debit cards. We're going to have an ATM machine where you can deposit your cash, you can deposit your checks. It gives you images of the check back that you've deposited. Does all that stuff. We have Google Pay, Apple Pay, so you can go somewhere and you can pay with your watch. You flick your watch and it pays, right? So we have all those kind of things, but at the core, it's still having the same people.
Good. Now, I had the opportunity last week to read an article, and I think it was in Lancashire Online. And whose picture do I see but Pastor Montezzo Jones's face sitting up there, looking all pristine and real nice and everything. And I read the story, and I thought it was just a great story. So now I want you to take your time, and I want you to share with the viewers about how you guys got together, what you did for them, because I want my viewers to understand why it's important to invest in the banks that we have here. So when things happen, they can invest in those in the community. So I want you to take it away, tell us the story, and you got plenty of time.
Thank you. Yeah, Pastor Montez Jones, great gentleman. He founded Judah Ministries in Coatesville in 2002, and they were renting their location. And they had a banking relationship since 2002 with their bank. 18 years goes, we're in 2020. They found out that the person that owned their building was going to sell it, and they would either have to leave that building or buy the building. So they wanted to buy the building. Then they had an established track record. So they went to the bank they had been dealing with for 18 years and said, hey, we'd like to buy this building. Can you help us? 1 month goes, no response. 2 months goes, no response. 3 months goes, no response. So they came to us. Now, we didn't have a relationship with him, but we knew about him and what he was doing, right? We knew about it. And they had a track record, right? They had a great track record. So we said, absolutely, we'd love to help you. So we did the financing to help them purchase that building.
That's good stuff.
And to this day, they haven't heard from their original bank yet.
Say that again, the last part.
So to this day, the bank they had a relationship with They still haven't heard from them yet.
Well, that bank shouldn't be their bank anymore, so there shouldn't be any reason to hear from them.
Yeah.
I'd cut everything. I'd be like, give me my $20. I'm out of here. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, these are all great stories, man. And I'm praying that the community embraces you. Those who haven't already embrace you and prosper. First of all the employees are from Coatesville.
Yeah, we have great employees.
You're showing love to people in Coatesville. I mean, it just gets no better than that. It gets no better than that. But sometimes they say a prophet is not honored in his own hometown. So, but I'm trying to think now. Is there anybody out there? Clayton Kellum, it's good to see you. Clayton Kellum, he is the owner of Built Fit, great physical education place out there in Downingtown. Does anybody else have any questions out there? I think my viewers really enjoyed this. Is there anything you would like to share? Because I always end my show like this. And we're coming to the time. I think we had a good time. My question is there anything that you would like to share to the community at large? Anything that you would like? The time is yours.
Yeah, thank you. First, thank you for having me on the show. I truly believe we have an opportunity to create a great company here. We have great employees. We're going to invest in our employees to make them better day by day by day. And I think if we do that, we can improve our client experience, we'll make more money, and we can plow it back into the communities. And that's what we want to do. Because, you can have a bank be strong, but if the community isn't strong, it doesn't work. So we've got to make sure we invest back in our communities. So if we can invest back in our communities, make our communities stronger, everybody's going to benefit. And our employees, I would encourage everybody, give them a chance. Just give them a chance, go in, try the banking services, try our products, give our people a chance. If you don't like it, come to me. You can scream at me. I'll be happy to take all the abuse. But just give our employees a chance. I think we have great employees.
I have to warn my viewers out there that Kerry Cottrell is a Dallas Cowboy fan. So if that's a problem, you may want to go to Jackie, or you might want to go to Latifah, because me and her have a problem every time I come in there, and I ain't gonna tell no lie. Hey, look, I appreciate you allowing me to have you on my show this evening. Hopefully somebody got something out of it. I will be replaying this. I will be sharing this to all my groups as soon as we get off. And I just don't know what to say, man. This was a great time spending with you and listening to who you are and what your company is all about. So with that being said, everybody out there in Chester County on my Facebook page, you know what's getting ready to come up next. First thing I want to say is Coatesville is rising. And remember, Black lives do matter. Peace out and have a good night there, Mr. Amin, okay? God bless you, man. Peace out.
Thank you.